Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of League Zero, and welcome to the Expert Division match between L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N and Chengdu Chads for Week 6, first week of the Swiss bracket for this division's half of the season, or close to half of the season. I'm Acronator, I'll be your play-by-play caster and your streamer for tonight. I'm joined by Hedwig, the Expert Division coordinator and color caster.
Hello, everyone.
And we do have Abraxas as the lobby host, but he won't be talking too much, so...
Probably not.
So
heading right...
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I'm coughing.
So our first map is going to be Lijiang. Same with pretty much all control maps. I said it last stream, I'll say it again. All control maps are known for having the wildest comps you can run on pretty much everything. The only one I'd say that's quote-unquote set is you pretty much always run some sort of Rhine comp on Control Center. Other than that, though, you're pretty much free to run whatever the hell you want.
I believe both teams have given the R, so we're pretty much ready to go, just waiting to be sent in, and sure enough, the game is underway. Now, technically, L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N is ahead of Chengdu.
Technically. Though that's much less due to L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N being better, no offense to L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N, and more just the fact that I think Chengdu has forfeited 3 games? 2.
1.
No. Have they only forfeited 1?
Yeah, they forfeited against San Francisco, and then last week they had to run Genie Flex DPS and Fireclaw Flex Support, so not exactly the best comp to run when it comes to facing the up-and-comers that were Z9.
Yeah, especially considering missing Bun, aka one of the best DPS in the entire league, if not the best, definitely didn't help. Although we're seeing right now, they're actually missing their main support player. Calbo Cosmic is not one of their normal players, he is a ringer, and Plasma is not usually their off-support player.
No, but he is a substitute for that role, so at the very least they will have that. The team's immediately going up into the white room there. Juru has his turret set up. The Fun is a little bit faster on the draw, doing a lot of poke damage early on, but Matt is the one to take the brunt of that force, mostly from target acquired if you're looking at the ultimate percentages here. For the time being, both teams just kind of huddling up, looking for an opportunity to strike. Now moving over to the point, Thrifty Grain actually onto this Orisa as well. Immortality Field already forced out and melted by Juru, no less. That Matrix now forced out. Juru takes out Matt, but he and K-Orange fall in the meantime. It's really just Pooter Scooter on point with a few others on L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N, backed up with the rest of Chads trying their darndest to push in. Already Target Acquired has his attack visor, but Zero finds Zero with the tire to open the entire point up after 16%. The Chads will take the point.
I mean, here's the problem that you're going to run into is the fact that they're running double shield which means that even if you end up killing Matt or Thrifty, you're still going to have to contest with another main tank as Zero just melts Orange.
Oh, but he gets a little bit too aggressive there, goes a little bit too far forward, and target acquired is far too good on the Soldier to let that go unpunished. Sure enough, Chads have to back up. They don't have their area denial anymore. They're waiting for their Junkrat to get back, but they do have some ultimates in the meantime. Early Coalescence coming out as well as the wall coming in from Bun. Pooter jumping into the fray on the front line of the Chads. Cabo immediately pops the beat as well as Plasma. Yet another window, built one so soon after using the previous one. Thrifty Grain uses takes out Pooter. Matt kind of shatters into a shield. Unfortunately falls because of the EOC actually on the offensive here. Takes out Bun in the meantime as well. Zero trying his darndest to do as much chaos as possible, but it does look like L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N will have a decent anchor on the point for the time being, but the Chads have not given up the point quite yet. A lot of ults coming out as well, particularly on the side of L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N. There's Shatter, there's Attack Visor, and there was Beat on top of the wall, and it looks like the majority of these picks are coming in favor of L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N. The point does flip over. The bomb comes in from EOC just to dissuade anyone else on the Chads to come in, and it looks like that'll be it for that fight.
Well, that's going to be very interesting because you see on the side of Chads, they actually do end up expending a lot of their ultimates. The only thing is, they're back to having both the portals that they used, and Bun is 50% to his ult.
Coming in from Zero, EOC looking to break it, doesn't.
He's so low!
He broke it with his face, but he does survive with his mech. Immortality Field coming out from Plasma. Target acquired, actually the first one to die here from a nice orb coming out from Bun. Ultimate Fire and Symmetra is a lot more deadly than you might expect. Might be slow moving with a lot of burst damage. Matt getting into the fray. Pooter falls to the burst damage of Zira. EOC gets out of mech, and it looks like Chengdu will be reclaiming this point for the time being. Ben really just stalling as long as he possibly can, but the Sim turrets are going to have something to say about that. And yeah, there you go. We're now getting into one fight territory, folks. As L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N have been able to push this point back and forth, but it has been at the expenditure of quite a few ultimates, like Hedwig said earlier. Already the wall coming out from both sides, awkward position.
Here has another tire.
Oh, it takes out Juru and Pooter. They both fall in
That's a one fight.
Yeah, they're going to hold on to this point and bring it even further into one fight territory.
And there's just running into these double shields, the spam. The only reason they were even able to, like, really retake it. Oh, Bun!
Where did that even come from? The spam damage on the side of the Chaz is just immense. Already the window coming out, they do not want L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N to push through this doorway. Sure enough, Pooter peeks for just a moment. Matt gets the huge shatter off. However, both tanks on the side of the Chaz are now very low. Thrifty Grain, 10 health. As it so happens,
really
target acquired, trying to touch the beat. The bongo, everything comes out. Chads take the first round.
Chads roll that decently easily, I'd say. The main reason why L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N was able to was just a bit of an overextension by the side of Zira, and then a lot of costly ultimates. And Chads are just doing so well on building these ultimates. Plasma built those windows so quickly.
He was building them like every 30 seconds. It was ridiculous. You know, you haven't really seen Plasma play that much since Season 1, but this is impressive.
Oh, and then there's also the fact that it's getting buffed to be... It's no longer a window. It is now a giant glass wall.
It's a widescreen television.
It's a fucking wall. Just a wall of death.
You have a little bit of an interesting composition coming out from the Chads here, however. They have run this on this point in the past, so I'm personally not too surprised.
Has it worked?
Yes, quite well, in fact. Creates a lot of chaos and a lot of pick potential here. Matt just trying to cause a ruckus with the Wrecking Ball, actually working as Pooter's getting rather low, does have to disengage.
Oh, EOC gets hacked, though.
EOC is hacked out of his mech, but the focus fire isn't quite there. Matt falling to Juru, not allowing the hamster to do his hamster thing. As it looks like L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N will be taking this first point as the supports back out from Chads, and the DPS are just trying to disengage. Oh, but Bun doesn't get the opportunity to, as that's a nice late stagger from EOC.
Yeah, Plasma gets hacked. It's not gonna do anything as he's just hiding around a rock. Oh, late kill on Plasma. That's gonna be unfortunate because there's no way they can really push this without that Moira, and they're just gonna have to back off. While Matt had to swap off that ball, Problem with that is he's going to be nowhere near his ult while Pooter's at 60%.
Yeah, oh, so Zero gets caught out by Ben of all people.
So many stagger kills coming through for them. That's basically when Plasma came back, Zero died, which means that with only taking one fight, they're now up to they're gonna be at 50% when this fight happens.
Yeah. Unfortunately for them, L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N has just been stacking ultimates for the time being. Finally, the Chads get onto the point with about 50%. Nice EMP coming in from both sides, actually. Ben doesn't get the opportunity to use his beat, however, Juru does have the attack visor that he's been using to mow down Matt, as well as poke damage in on Thrifty. Does help to get the D-Mech in. Calbo does toss in the beat.
A little unnecessary. Oh, he dies, though!
Calbo, caught out by the bomb, wasn't able to get to cover. Pooter survives with the help of the beat, as well as his primal rage. L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N do not want to give up control at this point.
And they would actually not have to, especially because this is one-fight territory.
Oh, Matt doesn't get booped, but he does get killed by the boop, as Thrifty is also now demeched. Fun does take out Juru in the backline, but Ben, the bloodthirsty Reddit Lucio, is doing a huge amount of work.
We love Ben. The problem is they're not going to have a decent amount of their team back for this final fight, as Matt's probably going to have to touch. He does have that ultimate, so does Thrifty, but will it be enough?
Ben getting caught out by Plasma and Bun will fall. So that's the main support now gone for L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N. They are at 99% already, but they want to clear this out and actually win this fight so they don't have to attempt to recontest. Zero does take out Pooter, Bun takes out Juru, but EOC finds Plasma in the backline. EOC now trying to stall out point as much as possible. EMP comes in from target acquired, but not before he falls. He's with it with his own life. And it looks like Chaz will be securing this point as they flip the switch. Ben trying to stall as long as he can, but that's not going to be very long as he gets hacked out.
Yeah, they secure the point, which is nice. The problem is you're now at 99-0. All that they really have to do is win one single fight, so you got to be perfect with these ultimates.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that they have quite a few to start, as they have some measure of ult economy, whereas L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N used a lot of theirs to try and keep the point there in that last fight. They will be running over to the White Room. Zero looking for an EMP behind will find 5 members. The only one not there, target acquired. Thrifty will find Juru. Okay, Orange falls, and the rest soon to follow. Pooter just trying to get out, resets. Yep, sure enough.
Is it K Orange or Corange?
According to him, it's K Orange.
Okay. That's
so let's go.
I'm sorry, that's a stupid name, but
oh no. Okay, well, regardless,
I'm allowed to call them trash.
He does have his coalescence, regardless, as well as Plasma having his own. L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N have quite a few ults of their own, to be honest. Ryuzi's getting incredibly low here. We'll have to back out. Both coalescences coming out. The bomb comes in. Might find someone. Finds Plasma, who pushed a little bit too far forward around that pillar. The attack guys are now coming in. EOC finding 2 in that fight. Fun falling. Thrifty does toss out the bomb. Won't find anything as everyone was hiding from it. Pooter actually gets the boop kill on the Calbo. He will be taking a drink with the koi fish. The holographic koi fish, no less, and now it's really just a select few of Chengdu trying to sell out the point. They are technically getting into one-fight territory, but they're not in the best of shape to win said fight. Matt does have to pop the primal. Ben uses his beat, and Matt is just desperately trying to do something on point, but it's not going to happen as he falls to Ben. Everyone's just slowly staggering in on the point, trying to delay the inevitable, but it looks like we will be going to Night Market once they clear out these attempted attackers here. Yeah, sure enough, the EMP will secure it even further, and barring a miracle, Chengdu should not be capping this point anytime soon.
I think they're going to need a bit more than a miracle, Akri, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Divine will of God himself, but
I mean, under certain circumstances, that is a miracle. But sure enough, we're going to Night Market.
Well, that was certainly rather dominant. Well, sort of.
Sort of. It went back and forth quite a lot, but L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N seemed to have the better ult rotation when push came to shove.
Definitely. I'm glad it's going to this third, because I really was hoping this match was going to be close. I was expecting a stomp, but so far, hasn't actually looked like that. We're going to be seeing Matt run the Rhine, which doesn't shock me. He seems to be much more comfortable on the Rhine than he does on the Monkey. Pooter staying on the Monkey just because Monkey can sort of run circles around Ryan, depending.
Seeing a few swaps in spawn here as they're deciding what they want to run out with. Looks like Zero will finally choose to stick with the Tracer after swapping over to the Reaper and the Sombra briefly. Some poke compositions. For once, we do not see a Sim teleporter strat onto this point. It's rather common on Night Market.
Yeah, I mean, if you can... Whoever gets to point first usually ends up winning this first fight, just because they do have that control.
Yeah, and sure enough, the Chaz got to point first with the speed boost from Calbo. Juru gets taken down, but he will be rezzed up by Ben. A little bit of a risky res, especially with Pooter now falling. EOC will have to get out, but he might lose his mech in the process. Target acquired is incredibly low as well, but it looks like he steals the Mega Health Pack. EOC is not quite as lucky, as he will likely have to reset. Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And we do see that Thrifty is so close to that ultimate already. That's insane. Graviton should not be building that fast.
Yeah, well, there's not too much to block him at the moment. Sure enough, Pooter swaps off of the Winston. No, he might be going back. He's charging back to point. Bit of a miscommunication there, perhaps, on the side of LO.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N.
Nope, he's staying. Okay.
No clue. Okay, well, Ben is now on to the... So at the very least, they're swapping the support line. They're going to have the speed boost as well.
I like that better. You kind of need that Lucio if you're going to be running Ryan, otherwise Ryan is way too slow.
Yeah, sure enough, we have a little bit of poke war coming in onto the choke point. Pooter taking the brunt of the force, already taken down. Ben actually falling just before that. Target acquired does get a kill onto Bun, but I'm not sure really going... Yeah, it does actually kill Thrifty as well. But it doesn't really matter as Chengdu is just so heavily in demand of that point.
I mean,
attempting to get out.
At least he got rid of... That's unfortunate, because that's a stagger, which means they're actually probably only going to have one fight left, and the only thing I can say is, I guess you got rid of Thrifty's charge, so that's good.
Yeah, I suppose, but he has Graviton, so he has time to build up another charge. Regardless, LO.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N are slowly moseying on over to point. EOC already getting incredibly low. You do have Juru popping the attack visor, but Bun returning the favor. Graviton coming out from Thrifty, no surprise there as he's been holding on to it for a little while now. Target acquired is onto point as well as EOC, but they don't really get much out of it as Thrifty is there as well as Bun focusing them down. Juru tries something, but it just doesn't quite work. Already up to 99%, not sure if anyone's going to be able to touch. No, we do have a contest. Pooter does toss out the Shatter, not sure if it really got anyone, I don't believe so. That was probably the most dominant round we've had thus far.
Oh, 100%, considering it was 100-0. The main problem I was seeing there is that they came out on a comp and then swapped that comp up, which meant that for those like key fights, like the Graviton, they didn't have ultimates like Beat to, or ult to counter it, which really did cost them in that fight. Oh,
yeah, Zira really pulled out the Junkrat here in a special way. Control center.
You're fucking rolled.
Well, that he did.
He missed... Okay, Plasma. He did miss 4, but that Juru one was really nice, so...
'Twas indeed. Now, we do have... let's see, we have... LO.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N picking the map, Chengdu picking the side. I would not be shocked to see Chengdu pick offense here. They are one of those teams that generally likes to... stay on the offense as much as possible.
Well, Chengdu is, just in general, Chengdu, because of who their tanks and their DPS are very momentum-based. Yeah. If they're rolling, they'll start, like, just hard rolling. But if they stop rolling, that can start to cost them. And you actually can see that sometimes in games like Z9 versus Chengdu, when they lost the momentum, it didn't go too well for them.
Yeah, granted, again, that game they had 2 subs in off positions, so not exactly the best, whereas at the very least now they have a sub in their main position, and then a ringer also on their main position, so at least they got that much.
Yeah, and I mean, Calbo's a good sub. Like, Calbo was on Season 1 Chengdu, and he was very impressive back then. I don't know what he's been doing since then, since I haven't seen him. He basically disappeared off the face of the planet.
I think he showed up briefly at the beginning of Season 2. He might have even been on Flushed.
Apparently he was in plat or diamond.
Oh, well, that too.
He was in diamond.
We do have Watchpoint Gibraltar being chosen as the next map, so expect more dive. Expect more DPS.
Interesting that L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N.
competitions.
I guess it makes sense because L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N. did do far. They won the map that was dive, so it makes sense that they choose the dive map. Considering Matt's monkey is probably Chad's biggest weakness. No offense to Matt, he's a fine monkey. It's just it's not his forte, I guess you could say.
Yeah, he's certainly known more as like the Arisa Reinhardt player in Ball.
Except I think he hates Arisa.
You can hate a character and still be good at them.
Yeah.
Point in case Moira.
Akri despises Moira, but is decent at her.
Honestly, I don't despise any hero, but
I have one hero that I hate above all others.
And we are going into it. We do have Chad's on the defense this time around.
The one hero I hate above all others is the hero that kills Widow the most out of all other characters.
Who, Lucio?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
Hog.
Oh. Seriously? Why are you letting a hog get so close to you?
I'm not! His hook is literally just, I think it's 23 meters? It's enormous! It shouldn't be as big as it is! And also, bullshit clips around walls a lot.
Well, they fixed that.
No,
recently.
they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Hey, I didn't say it was consistent, but they've been fixing it.
They've been trying. Target acquired is on the Widow, which is not shocking at all. He's very, very good at Widow. Aren't they missing Blue Toxin?
Blue Toxin is generally a substitute. Pooter is the starter.
Is he? Okay.
But
Sorry,
Blue Toxin is also a Winston player, yes.
Yeah. I was just remembering Blue's Winston being really nutty, but Target Acquired is a terrifying Widow, and don't get me wrong, Zera's nuts, but I think he could give Zera a run for his money on this Echo.
Sure enough, the dive coming out onto the top ropes there, that little bridge. Just a little bit of posturing for the time being. No team really doing too much damage, just poke. You know, Zera getting about a quarter of the way to his duplicate, just with his bombs and whatnot. Cart moving slowly. I wouldn't expect too much to be happening for the time being until we get closer to the other side of this little dip in the road.
Which is honestly a bit of a... I wouldn't say misplay, but it does make it so that Chengdu will only get one fight here instead of getting two if you were to hold closer. Only thing is, though, that both DPS for L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N. are really far back.
Yeah, they're both, well, snipers. You know, they like this double sniper comp, and they're good at it, but it does create a little bit of an awkward scenario where they can't do too much.
Zera falls very low there. He has to get pocketed and healed up, and while he's
Everyone's
fighting...
rather low. Pooter actually Goomba stomps Matthew. I didn't even realize he was getting that low, but EOC is going to get demech'd here, so that is a little bit of a trade. Already, the duplicate coming out. Not sure why.
Matt dies, just have Zero go monkey. Oh god.
He's now chasing Pooter back to spawn.
I'm remembering...
Oh, wow, nice.
That was a really nice kill. I'm just remembering Season 1 Chengdu when Zera played main tank in that weird fucking comp they used to do.
Oh yeah, the not quite goats, but effectively goats. It was like it was like a Risa Hog with a Winston also.
Yeah, and like Zera was the monkey, and we were all super confused, but it worked. Anyway, Calvo actually gets the first Mercy kill I've seen. Oh,
so Juru actually gets a beautiful pick onto Bun there. Zera and Calvo soon to fall after. L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N. are taking advantage of this momentum they've now created for themselves, but Pooter getting incredibly low. He will survive for the time being.
That's an interesting dragon.
A little bit early there, but I guess it's to try and keep them out of the contention of the point.
Problem is, I would have used dragon probably right about now when they're grouping up.
Yeah,
but well, I guess Bun just dies.
Bun is not having a good time on this Tracer as both snipers on the side of L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N. are just proving too lethal for him. Matt tries to contest the high ground, but it doesn't quite work as Juru was prepared for him and he was too low. That's first point.
That was really nicely done by the side of L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N. I'm very impressed.
Target acquired, come on, man.
Oh, Target, please! They have families!
I'm sure Plasma's going to be complaining about that one in match chat.
Probably.
Or saying a nice shot, you know, it's really 50-50 with him. But regardless,
Or neither, I guess.
you know, he's probably focused. Wait for the in-between rounds. Calvin actually swapping over to the Brigitte of all things. The ultimate anti-dive hero,
Oh,
I
he's
suppose. He's
Plasma
done.
almost dies again. Target is solo focusing Plasma in the back line.
Rishi actually did a really good job there, forcing out the Transcendence from KO, or maybe that was just a fat finger, but it looks more intentional. And an awkward time. Chengdu getting incredibly low, and Zero being the first one to fall. Bun soon after. The DPS on the side of the chat are just not having a good time here. Pooter might actually die to the Bun, will not. But he is
1 HP.
He is 14 HP specifically.
If I think like one Diva bullet had have hit him, he would have died.
Probably, but you do have target acquired and now. Pooter holding the.
Oh, they don't touch.
Oh, I was gonna say they were holding the top left door there, which is where the majority of the Chads wanted to come through.
Target!
Sure enough, Muffin's just rolling on through.
This is why you don't give target acquired space. Because it does. Oh, Bun.
Yeah. Well, okay, Bun's had enough.
Bun's like, you know, no.
I can do the Widow thing too. And he sure can. Because that was a pretty nasty shot.
Bun was, in fact, our Season 1 Widow champion.
Did we do that in Season 2? I don't remember.
That was Season 1.
Yeah, no, did we do it at all in Season 2?
No.
Yeah, I don't know if we did. You have a nice position here for the snipers on the side of L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N. However, they're going to have a nice vantage point with no one really being able to contest them aside from occasionally Bun or maybe Zero if he decides to flank. However, if you take out the monkey, it doesn't really matter. You can't touch him. EOC tosses in a bum. Almost landed on the bridge, which would have been funny, but not very good for EOC or L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N. Nano Boost comes in onto Bun, probably to build up his attack visor. Pooter getting incredibly low, but he will be healed up and actually taken out by Pooter in the meantime. Matt actually swaps over to the Roadhog, just comes back now. Looking for an easy pick. Actually gets the hook onto Juru, but that was a beautiful boop onto Pooter to deny any value from it. L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N are getting all the kills. The kill feed is bleeding red, and that is almost 3 minutes to take third point.
I mean, the problem is, L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N, as you said, is very, very good at just letting their snipers sit back. And I mean, that's exactly what Target was doing. I was specking him that entire time, and I don't think once did he even get shot at by anyone. He was just kind of sitting back and taking pot shots at people.
Yeah, well, that's really the dangerous part, is because if you go and deal with the Widowmaker, then you're now leaving your team. That's a lot of damage that's not on the front line of the enemy team, and instead focusing on just one character. So, you know, you gotta...
Or it's like you have to send either a Diva after, which is a lot of HP, and also Divas aren't guaranteed to kill Widows. Like,
yeah.
if the Widow lands 2 headshots, or gets like a bit of healing, she'll usually end up winning the fight because Baby Diva can't beat a Widow. If she lands a body shot in melee, she dies.
You have more of the same on the defense here for L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N, as they will be continuing their double sniper escapades. It gets a little bit dicey in second point, as it gets a little bit claustrophobic, but they seem to have no problem with it, whereas
Other side, they're running a double sniper sort of thingy. It's certainly an interesting comp.
It's more reminiscent to what we saw with the Overwatch League Grand Finals meta this past season.
Yeah, definitely.
As to whether it'll work, you know, that's a different question. That was an interesting rollout, Matt, but we'll take it. He tried to get up to the high ground, didn't quite get there, but he'll take this high ground.
Yeah, I mean...
Just a little bit of scouting.
Oh!
Okay, Bun. That was a nasty shot. And
Fun.
Target acquired. Probably cannot be rezzed, as Matt is now camping the res spot.
They got the kill, and then Matt just went, I'm gonna just sit here. Let me
This is my body.
This is my dead body. Mercy stand back.
Hamsters are omnivores. They are opportunistic killers.
Wait, are they actually?
DPS are now coming back. Target acquired returns to the fight and makes himself known, as him and Juru both get some kills. Matt in the backline, not getting the kill onto Target acquired like he wanted. And the kills are kind of going back and forth here, but that's going to favor the defense once you get further into first point.
Definitely.
Disengage.
About 3 minutes on the clock, which certainly isn't bad for pushing it almost all the way. Little bit under the bridge, basically. Actually, that's about halfway. Problem is, now they're gonna have to go into the 2 snipers, and they don't have the surprise advantage of them being running the snipers.
You have a lot of poke coming in onto this blue box and around the blue box, but for the time being, L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N seem to have control of it. Juru posting himself as the dominant force up on the high ground, but Bun is also disallowing him from poking his head out and getting too ambitious. Target acquired actually falls to 0 on the side. Juru tosses in the dragon, so it's really only going to serve to split the Chads for the time being.
Ooh, Ben is so low though!
Bun is incredibly low and will actually fall. Juru also falling low and getting discorded as well, but the discord does fade. K-Orange falls to 0. And now Pooter is forced to use his Primal Rage. Actually catches Calbo out into the corner, does manage to survive for the time being, but both supports on the side of the Chads aren't looking too hot, as Plasma is looking for the Winston kill!
Wait! EOC, no! That's not where you bomb!
He wanted the remake kill.
Well, that's not how you would do it!
Too late, it's done. It's done and dusted. Zero actually swapped off of the Ash as well in favor of the Soldier, probably just trying to get a little bit more versatility in his kit. Both teams have quite a few ultimates online, but neither have really had the opportunity to use them. This Widow duel has honestly been fascinating to me.
I mean, it is the defining factor of who wins the Widow duel usually ends up winning the fight. Oh, Juru.
Plasma.
I think actually Plasma got hit by both snipers at once.
I believe so, yes, but Juru finished him off regardless, as you got quite a few ultimates coming out for the side of the Chads, and they will pay dividends as they are starting to find the kills that they need. Matt does fall, but they still have the man advantage, rather significantly speaking, in this fight. EOC is trying to stall out as much as possible. K-Orange falling late like that is not going to be good for the defense, but they still have a while to get the cart where it needs to be. So
I think they are guaranteed actually to have a lower time bank.
For the time being, yes. Actually, it might even be overall. Juru.
No, I think overall, because they'd have to cap second point in.
They do actually recontest. Zero finds Pooter, but they kill Pooter, who is contesting the point. And
they actually could have won that fight if they didn't C9 that.
Yeah, honestly, just EOC had to be on the point. You have Pooter jumping into the backline, trying to taser Calbo. The target acquired steals that final blow. Zero getting incredibly low. Will face the wrath of the hamster, known as EOC. And L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N are still trying to hold on this rather early defense, as the cart really hasn't had the opportunity to push through the doorway, but Bun decides that he exists. All of a sudden, Pooter saying hello before his goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of unfortunate, although they do get a decent amount of time bank, and yeah, they're guaranteed a smaller time bank. They would have to cap first point. They'd have to cap now, and then cap the end in 30 seconds, which is physically impossible.
No, but at the very least they can still cap the whole thing. Ooh, Bun, every time I stop looking, he does that. I swear to God.
I'm just gonna, like, perma-sit on Bun.
Dragons come out from Juru, really isn't going to serve to do anything other than split L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N or Chengdu for a brief period, but Thrifty finds Juru with his Gravitic Flux, doing a very good job on this Sigma. As I say that, he falls to the Zen, but he was low to begin with. Matt trying to take out target acquired, and does so by Goomba stomping him into the ground.
Yeah, I mean,
might not even be able to recontest here. However, the mines will aid in that. Zero finding EOC will also help with the recontest.
Yeah,
Actually, no, sorry, Chengdu's on offense. Will prevent the recontest. Target acquired comes in, just domes Plasma the second that he peeks. Matt actually finding K-Orange with the mines, as well as Juru. Matt doing a lot of work in a second. I start spectating Bun, he stops doing something. Mine's coming in from EOC.
You spectate Bun and being cheeky and trying to dodge target acquired sites.
But that is the Chads taking the point, which is a little bit less than how long L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N had to cap the entire point. Plasma, or no, sorry, K-Orange will be staggered out. That will be second point with a reasonable amount of time. L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N's time bank aside.
Definitely reasonable. I mean, the good thing about Escort is that it actually doesn't matter how much time you cap with, as long as you do cap. You will always get another round. But actually unscopes the second that target acquired peeks him, so neither of them end up seeing each other.
Interesting here. The Plasma's really the only one with any.
Oh,
I actually got that
really
one.
Nice. That was a really nice combo by Matt.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot onto target acquired there. You have Juru up onto the bridge, but he's not going to last very long as Zira, Thrifty, and Matt will all be there to make sure he doesn't survive very long. Matt just causing a ruckus here in the backline. Wants to take out Ben, but Cal will actually be the one to get the final blow there. Target acquired. Body blocked by a Giant's Wrecking Ball, and that will be a minute 24 for the Chads. Rather dominant third-point offense there. If they had a better time bank, they probably could have kept with a considerably better time bank for third.
I will say that was mainly just a very nice first-point hold by L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N, and then second and third were dominated by Chads. So I think if Chads can cap first, and the same thing happens, they could probably push it all three, even with that basically half the time. Actually, no, a little bit less than half the time bank that L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N has. Yeah,
certainly. It's going to be very dependent on this first attack. Obviously, if Chads can manage to cap first, that is a massive bonus for them, as first point is not a guaranteed cap on Gibraltar.
Gibraltar is probably one of those... Probably first point is one of the most contestable out of all of the escorts, if that makes sense. Second point, honestly, Gibraltar is probably one of the most well-balanced, because defenders can honestly hold at any of the 3 points, where there are some maps where it's like, if you don't get like an amazing first point hold, you're going to be stuck holding on third.
A little bit of a swap up here from the defense. For the first time, you will have Juru onto the Sombra. They're probably preempting Matt's Wrecking Ball,
which he is currently showing, which...
They have shown it quite a lot in the past.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Matt will most likely, once he sees it, swap over to the Monkey, probably. I can't see him really staying on this ball, as ball just gets so hard countered by that Sombra.
Especially Juru being a rather good Sombra from what I've seen. He will rotate around, trying to do a little bit of chaos of his own. Not really finding much aside from target acquired, who is getting picked off. Now he does find Juru's translocator, so he knows they have a Sombra at this point. He is now going to contest up on the high ground. Zira, however, getting rather low, will get healed up. Target acquired, playing peekaboo with Matt.
Zira and Plasma are definitely going for this Nano Blade strategy. The problem is, can they really build that in a minute 30? Well, not if Plasma's dead!
Yep. Plasma gets stomped out by Pooter. Zira trying to contest the high ground, but almost the entirety of L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N is up on the high ground. To protect target acquired, Zira will have to retreat to the Mega Health Pack in second point, no less. We have a little res coming in.
Zira and Plasma are only about 50% to their ult. I mean, Zira's right behind. Ben actually sees him. Oh, Zira's gonna die here. That's not good, because he's not going to be back for this fight.
Peel was there for L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N, specifically target acquired. They realize who their hard carry is, and they will do everything in their power to keep him alive, as Matt just desperately tries to touch the point and do something, but it's not going to be for very long. You have K-Orange popping the Transcendence just to say, hey, anyone that's coming here isn't going to accomplish anything. And sure enough, that is a very strong hold for L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N.
Fun, get the last second kill, but it doesn't really matter. And that's very reasonable for L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N to get that far, especially considering they really only got it right under the bridge instead of even to the very end. If it was to the very end of point one, I think that would be much more reasonable, but the problem is that bridge, that's so hard to hold there.
Yeah, it really is. It's probably one of the harder points. That's why a lot of people wait for the bridge, wait for the point to be
almost capped.
Yeah.
Like, because the two places you can really hold are right at the start, which I'm guessing is kind of what Chengdu is going to have to do, because if they try and hold this up top and let them push it under, they're basically going to have to stay on cart the entire time. Otherwise, it will be like a meter away, most likely. So,
yeah, it looks like they are going to be going for a rather high-risk, high-reward defense as well. The Brigitte, not normally in the meta, at least not yet, as the changes have gone through. She's been seeing a little bit more play, but she will allow for a lot more sustain here than something like perhaps a Mercy. So,
well, especially because you're going to be having ball going around constantly and just trying to cause a lot of chaos. The problem is Juru is still on that Sombra, so Matt's going to have to play incredibly carefully.
Fun peeking out, looking for anything to dare poke their heads into his sight lines. You do see a rather interesting grappling hookup from target acquired there, from Bun's perspective. I've never actually seen that one before, but
the head of Bun is barely peeking over, but neither of them actually get the headshot.
No, and the point is slowly being pushed by EOC, being poked down a little bit by Bun, but there's only so much a Widowmaker can do by her lonesome. Bun also has to worry about the other Widow.
Well, look at point right now. Like, it's almost there already, and now they're going to have to hold right here, and that's not where you really want to hold if you're Chengdu.
I would have almost expected someone on the side of Chengdu to be on the Reaper to, like, force, you know, if you're going to be close, we're going to punish you for it, that sort of thing, but that's not really the case, as Thrifty is packed out and just melted. Now out of mech, that is essentially one man down for Chengdu. However, target acquired gets melted by Zira. Nice dash alt fire combo there, and it does look like they will be able to stabilize for the time being, as Juru does have to retreat. EOC gets demech'd, and they're so very close, but they can't cap this point with the man disadvantage they currently have.
Now they're going to have a very nice stagger on EOC, just try and hold them as long as they can. They're probably going to make it so that there's only going to be a minute left on the clock when they get this next fight going, which basically means there's probably going to be one fight and then like one stagger fight, unless it's a very quick first fight.
But keep
problem
in
is,
mind what they have.
Juru and EOC have bomb and EMP.
What does... Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say what does Chengdu have, but apparently they have Bun on Widowmaker.
And oh no, Ben actually drops too low, so his res gets cancelled.
Self-cancel there, you hate to see it. Already the Nanoblade, yep, there we go, Nanoblade coming out. Probably won't find anything because he doesn't get his dash reset. No, he actually gets shut down, but Matt does take out Pooter as he was low from a few slashes and dashes. EOC getting taken out from Matt as well, and they have 40 seconds remaining.
I hate that though, because now Juru doesn't have a combo with his EMP. You had EMP bomb, now you don't have that combo. This is looking a lot tougher for Love.Muff.F.I.N now.
Zira actually swaps over. Bun!
Bun!
Decides he's had enough of this, and they will be taking Gibraltar. If he has anything to say about it, doesn't quite get the cancel on the res, but he does get a good chunk out of Ben's health.
Target is salty, he can't see the kill cam on that.
You'll be able to see the stream, Target. I happened to spectate it right as Bun was doing so. But we do have the Valkyrie coming in from Ben. Target acquired and Bun trading once again, but Bun gets the body shot to finish it out. EMP as well as a nasty anti-nade from Plasma. Exactly what Chad's needed here, as well as the rally coming in. This is looking worse and worse for Love.Muff.F.I.N, despite it looking so incredibly winnable. Thrifty tosses in the bomb, doesn't really get any kills, but it does zone them off, and that's really all you need at this point. It's really just a matter of taking space for this section of the game, as Ben is really the only one left, and that...
Target acquired finally kills Bun, but at this point it doesn't really matter.
Against seemingly all odds, Chengdu managed to hold strong there. Juru contests point for just a brief second, but it's too little too late. As a Chad somehow hold on Gibraltar. That had to be one of the most precarious positions I think I've ever seen to defend.
Oh, fat finger that in. I'm like, why did that come out? I'm like, that is not what I would have expected them to use it, because usually you have like the dash up or the dash in before it. Just Thrifty doing Thrifty things. Oh, he actually dies at the very end.
Unfortunate for him, but what can you do? So we do have Chengdu going up 2-0 in this series, but it's been ridiculously close, a lot closer than I was expecting. Like, I was expecting Chengdu to roll, but Love.Muff.F.I.N have been really bringing it to him.
Well, I mean, that second map, like, just a couple... just honestly, if one Widow duel went the way of target acquired, I think, honestly, that could have gone the side. That is not... Kings is, in fact, not an
Kings is the fourth map, so unfortunate.
Kings is, unfortunately, not this thing called Assault.
It is if you only look at the first point. Just play the first point over and over again. Regardless, the actual options here are going to be Volskaya Industries, Temple of Anubis, and Hanamura.
If I were Love.E.M.U.F.F.I.N, I'd probably say Temple or Volskaya. I see problems with both, though. I'd go Volskaya over Temple because Temple's second point is so heavily not necessarily snipers.
Yeah, it's so awkward to pull off a sniper in Temple second.
Yeah, and then Volskaya, you can kind of pull off snipers second. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but
It's easier on attack second than defense.
yeah, that's true.
Kind of depends, actually, I guess, on your comfort level. So, we're basically just waiting, Love.E.M.U.F.F.I.N to have the map pick once again. Actually, they've been the only ones to pick the map this series because they won the coin flip.
I was actually really surprised that Chad's got the defense. Or picked defense instead of going on the offense. I was expecting them to swap, as you said.
Maybe if they had their full lineup, but I think they just want to get this match over with. They don't want to risk anything with the substitutes. This isn't their normal lineup. They do have, 2/3 of it, so they're close, but not quite there. Their support line is completely substitutions.
I feel like Chad's has had almost basically, I think, one game with their actual starters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Although that's kind of what you risk when you have Zira and Bun and Genie, who are all members of a Contenders Trials team. Their schedules are hell.
Yeah, and sure enough, a few other teams in the league have also been experiencing that. Speaking of moving forward, though,
SFG.
Loud. Anyways, Volskaya will be the map pick coming into this. They have about 3 minutes remaining, so they can take their time, but I don't expect them to really want to.
Yeah, it is Volskaya. As I said, that's probably their better option. Only problem I see with this is that they're going to have to play smart against some weird Bun Widow, because it's a sniper map, which means target, you better be able to kill Bun.
Basically, yeah. Granted, he did do the deed a few times, but it felt like Bun was getting the better of him when it was more important to win the sniper duel. In the meantime, we're just waiting for the teams to give the R. I have chat hidden, so I can't tell you if any team has given the R already or what, but we have about 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah.
Okay, we actually have iToasty Toast coming in for Pooter, I believe. Yep. So, a little bit of a swap. Double off tank. Perhaps that might be indicative of what they want to run.
A hog, most likely.
Yeah.
That's what I'd expect if you're running these two, as I know they have run that in the past. And it actually has, if I remember correctly, when they ran double off tank, it actually looked pretty good.
Yeah, I believe they took, who is it, Newt? Map 5 last week, or map 6 even?
Was it? Oh god, you're right. I think it was Newt that they took to map 6. Let's see. No, that was Easy Clap. I was like, I don't think Newt would get taken to map 6 by any team.
Well, we do have Chads on the defense once again. 2-0. If they can take this map, they will take the entire series. Despite quite a lot of the analysts and whatnot predicting that Chads would struggle, they seem to be doing rather good for themselves. Interesting.
Chads struggle?
Yeah.
A
lot of them were thinking, yeah, exactly. I thought they'd take it pretty handily. Love.E.M.U.F.F.I.N's actually doing much better than I thought. But
I'm like, Love.E.M.U.F.F.I.N is a good team, don't get me wrong, but it's Chads.
Yeah, like for some reason, I think it was like the analysts predicted essentially a 3-1, or it was like 60 to 70% in favor of the Chads, if I recall. And then the community was pretty dead even. And I think that's just recency bias. The Chads have had unlucky past 2 weeks. But they've come out to show us tonight that they are certainly not to be reckoned with, for the most part,
Yeah, they're playing very solidly, I'd say. Mainly seeing... That's a very interesting comp. They're actually choosing the Diva Ball, no snipers, on the side of Love.E.M.U.F.F.I.N.
No snipers, period. little bit sad, but I can get behind some good old Soldier and Torbjorn play. Just a little bit of a poke war for the time being. No one's really doing too much. Juru gets a little bit overconfident and jumps in. That will pile drive into the center of him and Ben, but not too much comes out of it. But Bun actually falls to EOC's pile driver, but EOC falls in turn. 0 finding 2 kills there. On the Soldier, 3 trying to make it a 4th, but everyone's retreating, so that's going to be a little bit more difficult.
He's trying.
No, but sure enough, he'll be happy with the 3 that he got.
I have Kabaji on my team. Target acquired, swaps over to that Widow. There's the sniper we were expecting.
Yeah, well, you can't blame him, you know, if you're gonna... Yeah, I honestly didn't know this was a spot that Widow could go to. Well, you learn something new every day.
Was, he's sitting on top of the...
little balcony there. Like a window overhang. Regardless, you do have L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N running into points. Matt is really the only one to attempt to contest, but Target Acquired is going to have something else to say about that, as he finds 2 picks, ironically, on both tanks. Those are not the people you'd expect to be falling to a sniper. Bun actually takes out EOC. He's been having a good time dealing with the hamster. Juru actually has the attack visor. Will be forcing anyone that dares to peek their head out off of point. Zira rotating around, trying to find some kills, but Juru gets the better of him. Matt is now back on the ball, but not for long.
But on the on.
That will be a relatively fast first take. A little bit of a Torb turret as a...
someone's already on!
Oh, that was EOC on the ball.
Oh, I'm like, who the heck is already on point?
Getting a little bit overzealous there, but he does get out with his life and return to his team.
Not sure how much I really like this button Torb, if I'm being honest. Like, Torb doesn't do necessarily extremely well against dive. Especially if Toasty gets demacked.
Yeah. Well, for the time being... Oh, okay, well, you were saying... Bun can win the Widow duel without even being a Widow.
I can eat my own words.
Never doubt.
Never doubt, Bun.
And...
Mira's running out on the elevator!
I didn't catch that. I was too busy watching Bun chase the supports.
And now he's dancing on the elevator.
Oh, well, okay. That is a thing. I am half expecting Target Acquired to just dome him any second now.
It would be really funny, but probably not going to happen, as you notice, the second he hears Target Acquired, he's like, ha, nope.
Sure enough, you do have the Widowmaker poking down a little bit. We'll take out the turret just to give his team a little bit of breathing room. Chads are mostly on the left there as Calbo pops an early rally to give his team a little bit more bulkiness. Mines come in from EOC. We'll be taking down Matt, but it looks like for the time being the Chads will be going back and forth with the kills. EOC! Or no, sorry, Toasty tosses out the bomb, and Calbo's shield breaks a millisecond before the bomb goes off. L.O.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N might actually take a tick here. Sure enough, they do. 3 minutes remaining. Matt does come out, but just a little bit too late to stop the tick. They will probably have to give up yet another tick here. Calbo coming back on the Lucio, trying to stall Zira on the Doom Fist. Both Transcendences now coming out. Zira finds Juru. That's absolutely massive.
The problem is I don't even know if it'll end up mattering, as no other ultimates are coming up for them besides Thrifty might be able to get...
Thrifty is trying to get his bomb, but he will get DMAX before he gets the opportunity. Target just tossing in Widow shots left and right. Zira already getting incredibly low. Will not fall to Target Acquired quite yet. He does have to back out, however. And sure enough, Juru is there to finish that kill off. Target Acquired not really being contested, as I say that Plasma decides to just have enough with the Widowmaker. Or for now, he's like, enough is enough. You need to stop. Try LO.V.E.M.U.F.F meme and everything.
It's time to stop! Thrifty will have the bomb here for this next contest, which will definitely be a pretty good asset, as there are no shields on the enemy team, so if they actually want to stay on point, they're going to need to, well, not.
UC tosses in the bombs rather early there up into the high ground, but they kind of get caught up in a giant lump. That didn't really go as he had wanted.
It's probably not where Thrifty really wanted to throw his bomb, though.
will not find anything, and it looks like the Chads are holding on the point for the time being. But Juru finding 2 almost immediately is a good start to this attack. He's getting rather low, as well as Ben and EOC. The mines coming in from Matt will finish off the soldier on the side of Love.Muffin. But Muffin also have quite a bit of a man advantage. Plasma trying to stall, but it's not going to be enough.
Cap with a minute 19.
Okay, Orange trancing off the point into the sunset.
He's like a cowboy in a western movie.
Yeah, he's a Nepalese monk.
Is that what they are? Nepalese? Is that the right word? I don't know.
I don't know. Nepalese. They both kind of sound correct.
People from Nepal.
Yeah.
The Nepalonites.
Nepalon. That sounds like some ore you'd mine in StarCraft.
Nepalites.
You've just made it 10 times worse. Okay, well, Chads now have their...
No! Shut up, Actor.
We do have the Chads on their attack now. They will get the opportunity to
run their weird bullshit Genji comp some more.
I mean, Zero's a one-trick, so you gotta give him the option. You know, he's a Genji one-trick, he's a Pharah one-trick, really whatever one-trick is funniest at the moment. No real surprise coming in from Lo.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N.
Yeah, not really.
Do get to see a little bit more of the sniper duel. Didn't get to see too much of that last round as Bun was too busy winning the sniper duel on Torb.
When Bun was not a sniper. I mean, actually, Torb is technically a sniper. He has no fall-off damage.
Doesn't Widow have fall-off damage nowadays?
Yeah.
Oh, close enough.
All snipers besides Hanzo do.
A little bit of a poke war coming in.
No, all hit scans have fall-off. Oh, EOC!
Bun tried to body block for it, but it just wasn't enough. I actually happened to catch that on the side of Bun's perspective. Zero causing a ruckus in the backline. Now going after Ben, but he will.
No, Ben doesn't because Bun hits him midair.
Okay, well, that's gonna be a blisteringly fast take for Chengdu, unless
the fact that they stop touching the point.
Well, you know, you gotta flex on him a little bit, knowing Chengdu.
EOC, I think, accidentally fell off.
I was just assuming he was like, yeah, I'm not gonna 1v6 this as ball, so I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. Target acquired, looking for his angles, not really finding too much for the moment. Haven't really been able to see too much of a sniper duel. Like, yeah, I mean, Zera's been interrupting it.
Zera's just been doing Zero things.
Speaking of Zera doing Zera things, he, okay.
Not target!
Never mind, Zera didn't do Zera things. Matt just decided this Widow is cancer. And gets rid of him rather promptly.
I remember Kofi kind of doesn't like the Widow. Season 1 flat chat Widow Goats days, or Season 0 flat chat.
Quite a bit of a scuffle on point, but the Chads are coming out drastically on top as EOC misses his power drive into the point!
That's a lot of time!
Well, yeah, they needed to come out pretty dominantly after Lo.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N double capped, and that's about as strong as you can get there. So yeah, that's gonna be Lo.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N attacking next, obviously, since they have about a fifth of the time. It's not impossible, but things are kind of looking dire for Lo.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N. Put up against a wall. What do you think we're going to be seeing? Anything different or just the same? They're going to try and play it better?
I mean, it worked for Lo.V.E.M.U.F.F.I.N, sort of. The problem is it didn't work on defense. So I suspect their defense will be wildly different, or it should be if they want to win, considering they're going to have to hold for 5 minutes, which, by the way, is bigger than their start time.
It's pretty rare in any map that you finish.
Oh wait, that's a 5-minute cap. That's a bingo.
Well, we already had that.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
so you could have filled that in a while ago. Also, we're not supposed to be telling people about the bingo sheet because then it might force... Oh, actually, no, we can tell them. We can tell them about the things that are already on the bingo sheet because that doesn't affect it anymore.
Yeah, I know. People know about the bingo sheet.
They're not supposed to. It's supposed to be just staff.
We literally
Anyways.
posted. Oh my god.
Did we?
We posted about the big. Well, no. When SBT got signed, Epizeuxis posted a picture of the bingo sheet with Staff gets signed as player.
Bun expecting to see a Widowmaker, but will be sorely disappointed to find out that they are running Tracer Sombra. No epic duels for him this time around. Juru almost jumps off the map, but not quite.
Oh.
Nice double kill there onto
Not
the
sure
mid
if it was
support.
a boot or not.
Fun actually finding K-Orange. That's a good start. Juru gets booped off the map. Plasma actually on the Lucio. Didn't even realize that was the case. He gets two boops. Okay, well, Plasma just turns that entire fight around in favor of Chaz, despite it looking extremely dire.
Plasma just goes boop.
Twice. Because that was two separate boops. But Muffins still have a chance here, as quite a few of Chads are coming back, but Bun was coming back at the exact right time, or wrong time, if you ask Juru. They now have no Tracer. Yeah, I mean, why not? They've already taken out a huge portion of their damage. Target Acquired is not going to be able to do that much on the Sombra alone.
And
Dragon Blade coming out.
Equals death.
Yep, that's 3 for 0. Make it 4. Not quite.
Thrifty took it.
He missed his shots anyways.
Oh, Plasma gets hacked out of his ult and Zero's emoting on.
Yes, Zero's emoting. I was like, why'd he stop?
I'm like, oh, that's probably why. Zera, you can't be toxic. You literally got struck for this unflushed.
Did he? I don't remember.
Yeah, remember Flushed versus, I think, or no, it wasn't Flush. I don't remember who it was. Someone got struck for it because they were playing Hangzhou and they were like meme spawn holding on Rialto or something. And like they refused to cap point and just kept bullying. It was so dumb. That actually was probably C9. That was new. That was NYLC9. That's what it was.
Oh, that was season 1. Yeah. They didn't get struck for that, but that is the reason why we have it in the rules that you have to actually cap the point, not stall anymore.
Basically, I think we wrote it as like, don't be shitlords in game. That's an interesting composition they're running.
Both of them, honestly, but Chads are in attack spawn, so they can do whatever they want. But
although, to be fair, I have seen Bun play the Bastion on Chads, and it's worked because they send people somewhere.
Well, to be fair to Juru, from what I understand, he has an account that he boosted all the way up to Grandmaster with playing only Bastion, so he kind of has experience on this hero. As to whether they will get value out of it, I'm not sure, but I know the meme exists. So congratulations, Advanced Division community, because you now get to see this.
You mean expert?
No, Advanced, because they're the ones... Juru was an Advanced/Intermediate coach last season.
Was he? Oh.
Yeah, for Powerhouse, and I believe someone else. Regardless, Chads are pushing into point. More of a pick-oriented comp, the Bastion doing a ton of work. Already takes out Bun, who actually did roll out on the Bastion. I didn't even realize that, but the res is coming up. Ben finds Matt.
I thought Bun was about to get knocked off the map.
Plasma trying to do his darndest to Reddit Lucio, but not really finding enough value, as he's just getting bullied out. Zero actually finding a pick, however, but not for long, as Toasty has a different plan in mind.
Although that's pretty... they somehow start churning around this fight.
Well, that was honestly started by a good hook combo with Thrifty. That's basically a nice window coming out from K-Orange. Not sure if he's going to find value from it, but the concept is there.
Considering he's being shot into a wall, I doubt it.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going... Not quite. Not quite. Toasty is back on the ball. Bun is ulting from spawn. He is...
Okay.
I don't know. Take it for what it is, I guess. Chengdu is most certainly not a pushover team.
No, they will never be a pushover team, and for those who refer to them as such, you are wrong.
Analyzing? I saw that move from Juru's perspective. You would have fallen off anyways, but that was funny.
That's still funny that it counts as a boop for them.
Alright, well, that is a swift 3-0 for Chengdu.
That it is.
Honestly, a very good fight for Love.E.M.U.F.F.I.N, though. You know, they're fighting an uphill battle the entire time. They're technically in the lead in the standings, but I think everyone knew that Chengdu was the favorites here.
Yeah, I mean, for those analysts that apparently said it's wrong, you're wrong. Stop being an analyst. It was closer than I thought it would be. Don't get me wrong, but although then again, probably maybe half those were memes because I know that a lot of people sometimes don't just
Jesus.
complete opposite.
Plasma really wants the interview, and I feel like this is going to be one of the only chances he gets because he's normally benched. So let's
to him.
Let's give it to Plasma. Where is he? He is somewhere. There he is. We're in casting booth 2.
Yes.
You give me.
Oh, he's here. Okay. Well, welcome.
Hi, Plasma.
Welcome, Plasma. Congrats on the victory.
Yeah.
A little bit dicey at times, but you guys definitely pulled through despite not having a single of your normal support lineup in this game.
When was it dicey?
Gibraltar. For sure, Gibraltar.
No. That is called content.
That is called... You gonna make another one of those videos?
I could if I wanted to. Our comms were quite spectacular, I will say.
Plasma, don't be toxic.
Don't be toxic.
No, to be fair, the Easy Clap video last season was pure gold, so...
Yeah.
Oh, I think I remember that video. Anyway, I mean, overall it was very good. Going into this, technically speaking, Love.E.M.U.F.F.I.N is ahead of you guys, but...
Technically speaking, but I've been saying the entire time that Chengdu had a pretty rough last 2 weeks with certain circumstances.
No, I think we really came in here as the underdogs. And I think we proved our mettle.
You even got to play some Lucio, which I think that's the first time I've ever seen you play that hero.
Bro, I have a surprising amount of hours on Lucio. He's probably like my third or fourth most played on my all modes on my other account. But yeah, that's just because like I'm obsessed with movement in every game I play. Like I would play KZ in CS and shit. So like first thing I did in Overwatch is learn how to wall ride.
So one question I have for you is on your final attack on Volskaya, Bun went the Bastion. Was that just Bun saying, "Hey guys, watch this"?
It was something along the lines of well, first Calbo asked if we could off roll, so we had to remind him that you can't switch roles once you're in a map.
Okay.
So then Bun was like, "I'll go Bastion and we'll just win and that'll be it." And so yeah.
I'm pretty sure Hedwig's memed about something like that when they were setting up. He's like, "Well, I wouldn't be shocked if we did it, because."
Yeah, no, we were just like, you know what? Let's just go. I mean, I don't know. I doubt the observer was spectating me, but the Bastion was set up and I was on low ground and I just went into Lucio turret form and I stopped moving and just shot. I literally played Kovacs. It was a great time.
I caught a little bit of that towards the end of it.
It was a great time.
I did catch your boop onto the enemy tracer from the tracer's perspective, which was pretty.
For
funny.
the record, by the way, that was much less me and much more the tracer.
Yeah, I was watching it. From
I don't know what was going on there.
It was entertaining, nonetheless. Content, as he called it.
True.
So that's about all the questions I've got. Hedwig, you got?
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of tragic that they have a Widow one trick and can't win Gibraltar.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of spice, okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't call that spice. Wait, that's not even like talking shit. I like genuinely feel bad.
I mean, you also have Bun, who is fucking Bun.
But who is not a Widow one trick. He has not dedicated his entire career to a single character and still gotten outplayed.
He's also okay.
He's also a Trials player, but
he's also literally a Trials player.
Yeah, but he didn't get Trials off pure mechanics. That's a team thing. Sure, he's the best mechanically on the team, but like at the end of the day, like if you dedicate your life to a hero, you should be better than that on a map that's for you and a comp built around you. Because we didn't build around Bun at all in our comp. We were just like, fuck it. At one point we played Mercy, then decided it wasn't worth it. Like, didn't need to. Like, why pocket him when he's going to get the headshot anyways? Doesn't matter.
Okay, well, besides that hot take, do you have anything else you'd like to say to stream before we let you go?
Oh yeah, there's a stream.
Yeah, that's why we're interviewing you.
Keep your eyes on the here. Let me just make sure I get this right, so I don't fuck this up. Keep your eyes on the Gorilla Grip Twitter at Gorilla Grip GG. Big things coming soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Bigger than picking up Booty Blaster himself, I'm
Booty
sure.
Blaster's a legend, a living legend. No, big things. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Well, congrats on the win. Hope you had fun. We'll let you get back to the chads.
All right, see ya.
All right. Well, that was a rather interesting game. Personally, I'm not surprised, but some people might be. Actually, I haven't been checking Twitch chat at all this series. Not too much has been going on. People just cheering on Love.E.M.U.F.F.I.N because they have decent amount of a following with the advanced community.
People like Love.E.M.U.F.F.I.N just because
they're a likable team.
They're a very likable
They're a good team. They're just not Chad's level, and that's okay because Chads have literally a Trials DPS line.
They have a here's the problem is that poor Love.E.M.U.F.F.I.N and Easy Clap are the only two expert teams without a Trials player. Like SFG has Pascal, aka probably the best player in the league. Newt has Client and Swift. Chengdu Chads has Zira and a Bun, and then frickin' the Ultra is on Z9. So like,
yeah,
poor Love.E.M.U.F.F.I.N and Easy Clap are just kind of sitting here with normie players who are good players, don't get me wrong, but they're playing against Trials. So
you win some, you lose some, and Love.E.M.U.F.F.I.N have certainly won some, as they are. I believe this takes them down to 4th in the standings, which is certainly not bad.
This will make them 4th, yes, because they're tied right now
with Chengdu, but they had a better map differential.
Correct.
So
and they won in the. They've never played. Never mind.
No.
Yes, they did.
Did they?
They
yeah,
played
they had
in week
to.
2. They played in week 2.
Yeah.
Where Chengdu 3-1 them.
Okay.
It's actually, I mean, this could have very easily been a 3-1. Like if just map 2 had have gone a little bit differently.
Yeah, but oh well, nothing you can do now.
So we actually do have the score reports from one of the other games, as the other game got delayed to Sunday, I believe.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Newt 3-0 at Easy Clap. Not surprised.
Yeah, not really. So that was literally the top team versus the bottom team, and Newt's crazy. So
Newt is literally fucking insane. And who did they even lose to?
Newt, they lost
Chads?
to...
Yeah, Chads. They lost to Chads in a 3-2 in that really long series that I remember.
Yeah, it's when they didn't have Client or Swift.
Oh, did they not have Client or Swift?
No, I had Bon off tank, and they still almost won.
Oh,
that's why I put them as top team, because imagine when they have had...
I thought they had I thought both teams had their full rosters.
No, not at that time. Because Chad's had there. Anyways, that's going over the past and stuff.
Anyway, don't worry about that.
For tonight, hope you enjoyed this stream.
Thank you so much everyone for watching.
Anyways, that's all we've got. So, tune in tomorrow for stuff. See ya.
Peace, nut.